Welcome back to Royal Troon and the par 3 8th. You're not going to hear it referred to as the 8th much this week. This is the Postage Stamp, one of the most iconic par 3s in golf, the most iconic hole here at Royal Troon. Short but perfectly formed. Speaking of which, Rich Beem alongside me. Beamer, this is the hole where there's going to be so many fans here, and we've seen this huge grandstand down the side of this hole, this stadium feel.
You're going to see some incredible scenes from here, not just from the crowds and the golfers, but the pain and the agony on some of their faces, and bliss, and joy as well. But this hole is certainly going to get every player's respect during this championship.
Let's take a little walk down it, because it is only 123 yards in length, and one day they can actually play it as short as 99 yards, which will be the shortest hole in Open Championship history. It's just a little flick of a wedge, so why is it so daunting?
Because there's not much there. I mean, there's not much of a surface to begin with, but then you also have Mother Nature kind of likes to throw her voice in the ring, if you will, every once in a while. And, you get some wind blowing either direction, and this green is surrounded by bunkers. One of them named the Coffin bunker. I wonder why they would name a bunker Coffin if it was any good, right? It's just one of these holes that there's not much here, but, I think as we've seen and said over the years, some of the greatest par 3s in all of golf are little dinky par 3s, exactly. And this is a perfect example. I mean, this could be, if you were to bring a course designer that's young in the game, like, what should I look for in course design? You'd bring him here to this one and say, design one of these.
Yeah, exactly. And
it's perfect.
Just from back on that tee box, it looks so narrow. It's actually quite a long green, but it's just so narrow, isn't it?
You basically see the middle of the green. That's the only thing that your eyes should be focused on when you stand on this tee box, is like, where's the center of the green? Take the flag stick out. Like, if I had my caddy back in the day, hey, go take the flag stick out. I don't even want to see it.
Exactly.
It's just,
it right,
I want to see it right in the middle of the green. It's a great design hole that, when there's no wind, it's as easy as it gets. I mean, you're just going to sit here and watch these guys flick these little sand wedges, maybe even a lob wedge in. From there, they just got to control the spin. But, you throw 5 miles an hour in, and then 10. Yeah. Let's just go up to 12 to 13. And all of a sudden, things get a little bit tighter.
It does indeed. And, 5 bunkers surrounding this green as well. You were saying back to me in the tee box there, they're all coffin bunkers really around this golf course. Never mind this hole. But this is the coffin bunker.
I mean, it's just, isn't it a joy? I mean, you get in here and what do? I mean, I think that you hit it in there and you're like, well.
Yeah, exactly.
You don't even know what to say to yourself. I mean, the player will kind of look to the caddy in a perplexing manner, like, what was that? And the caddy's going to shake his head. That's not good, boss. And then you figure it out from there, because it's just like, because you don't know what you're going to get. Because it runs up against the back edge of it.
No backlift at all.
And all of a sudden you're going like, you're going to putt it and leave it in there on purpose, and you're going to try and get the next one out. I mean, it literally is one of the coolest holes I've ever played.
Yeah.
And for good reason. This is just, it's awesome. It is so cool, so fun, and yet not fun in the same breath.
Exactly. There's going to be some big scores racked up on this hole as well. Your memories of 2004, Todd Hamilton was the surprise winner that time, but what were your memories of Royal Troon?
I remember teeing off early doors with Paul McGinley, and I don't know who our third was. I remember playing with Paul, because he would, on every tee box, he would tee it up as high as he possibly could, and he was right on the line of being, a little bit too far in front of him. And I'm just getting his first time playing with Paul, and I'm kind of going, my, oh my, he's getting all about it. I do remember going out, though, playing extremely well the front nine. I think I shot 30 on the front and then came back in like 38 or 39 or something, as you do. But it was a good week. It certainly was a little bit more brown. Things were a little bit fiery. But I remember 16 a heck of a lot more than I do in 04. And just coming out and seeing this golf course a little bit more baked. But what you saw from Mickelson and Stenson was just otherworldly, and it was
played a different tournament.
It was a different tournament, and I was was so glad to be a part of it on Saturday, because I was with the penultimate group on Sunday, which, who really cares
Don't
about
give
it?
monkeys about it.
No, that's exactly right. But I remember being a part of it on Saturday and watching them from about the 10th hole on, when they really kind of start separating themselves. You're kind of going, ooh, this is getting a little bit special here.
Yeah, it certainly was. And this hole is very special and will be special this week. Huge grandstand surrounding the Postage Stamp, which Beamer wouldn't have had back in 2004. The locals call it Wee Beastie, and I imagine for a few players this week, it'll be exactly that.